Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Rimuru in Akame Ga Kill by alexkuhar360 Chapter 4, Becoming an Assassin. Rimuru's POV. Everyone may be wondering why I want to become an assassin. Well, it's quite simple. The skills will become extremely useful to me in this corrupt and terrible world. Another thing that is completely unrelated is that being an assassin is badass as hell. Sneaking into houses and assassinating enemy high-value targets and criminals, it just sounds so cool. Having my skills in physical anatomy where I don't actually get physically exhausted will definitely help me become the best assassin in the world as well. One thing I have to do is come up with an actual cover story for my past, since I'm sure the Imperial commanders won't buy the BS I told Akame. I literally told her some anime protagonist type origin. I think the best idea is to come up with a past that would make it seem like I would be extremely loyal to the Empire and make them think this is the only thing I have in my life, so I would be completely devoted. Hey, Akame, do you think we could come up with a backstory for me so we can get on same page? For various reasons I can't really say my past, but I want gain their trust easier. She looked at me for a long time, I'm guessing trying to figure out if I was a mole or not, then she signed and replied. Okay, fine. Let's make sure we have our stories straight though. After that we went and bought some food and ate. Before we went into their base, we decided that I was born in a conflict zone, and when I was young the Resistance Army and Imperial Army fought and my parents got killed by the Resistance Army because they wouldn't give me up to become a soldier for them. Now I've been going around killing people in the resistance and bandits to try to avenge them. Then when Akame and her companions were fighting the enemies during their last mission, they found me captured and being interrogated, where in the chaos I escaped and helped her kill the rest of the enemies. If I don't say so, it's a pretty great cover. Then I should just need to fight someone to prove that I am strong, then I will be taken in and properly trained. I should be able to convince this Gazooki person who is in charge. After a quick meal we headed back to where this group of assassins are apparently based. I am a little anxious about this because I have never been the best actor, but this is my best chance to get far in the Empire and get information about Tegu that could possibly help me get home. When we got to the door, Akame told me to wait here and she will go talk to her commander to get him to come see me. While I wait, I try to put on the deadest eyes I can to make it seem like I am someone who has nothing to live for and can only kill. Akame's POV. I cannot figure out exactly why I am going along with Rimuru's idea, even though it is a major risk to not just our group but the entire Empire, but I also don't think for a second it is the wrong choice. While being part of this team, I have seen a lot of my friends die and I don't want that to happen more. Maybe I am clinging to the fact that I can tell Rimuru wouldn't die easily with the regeneration ability or those potions. Maybe he is someone I can actually think of as a true friend. If anyone else told me they wanted to become an assassin, I would be against it because they would almost surely die, but I know that Rimuru isn't someone I would have to worry about dying on a mission. I am taken out of my thoughts when I arrive at Commander Gazooki's office door and knock twice. After a come in, I open the door and see our team's creator. After a hello, we get down to business. So what were the result of your mission, Akame? Target eliminated. Good. Did any of the other with you survive? Negative. Okay, I understand. You did good to finish your mission. Soon you and the remaining Elite 7 will receive your own Tegu. For now you are dismissed. When I didn't leave, he looked at me quizzically. Is there anything else I can do for you? After a few seconds I responded. I found an interesting person during the mission who could be extremely useful. Even if he treats us like his children in some cases, I know that he wouldn't be interested in some random person just because they are good with a sword. Oh, and what is so useful about this person? I think they would become a great assassin to add to our team after the losses from this mission. They don't have training as an assassin, but they are an incredible fighter. After a few seconds of contemplation, he gave me a small smile before responding. Where is this person now? Also, what do you know about their motivation and past? Right now they are right outside the front door. After I said that I could see a vein popping out of his forehead, it might not have been the best idea to have Rimuru wait outside, but hopefully that isn't too big of a deal. As for his past, after explaining the story Rimuru and I came up with, he congratulated me extracting so much information from him so quickly and also having the foresight to keep him alive and not just kill him instantly. It seems like he will spar with Rimuru, and if he deems him worthy he will send him to get training in how to be an assassin compared to a warrior. Then we went to get him from the front door. Rimuru's POV. I have been sitting out here for about 20 minutes and I have pretty much just been twiddling my thumbs while I was waiting. Finally I feel people moving toward me with magic sense, one of them Akame and one of them an older gentleman, I assume in her commander or something. Once the door opens I see the other man who has blonde hair and a full beard. Something I notice immediately is the sword on his hip. The sword itself looks beautiful, but the aura it gives off is downright bone-chilling. Whatever that thing can do I do not want to find out anytime soon. The man who I assume is Gazooki I heard of notices my gaze and gives a small laugh. Maybe you will be worth to train if you can instantly tell the danger of this weapon. That won't be enough to gain my respect however. Come out back and let's have a spar to see if what Akame said about you is true. After a nod where I tried to look as dead inside as possible I followed him through the building back to a training ground type area. Once we get out to the circle to spar I notice a few people gathered to watch. One looks quite a bit like Akame. I wonder if she could be her sister. I also see that thankfully we will be fighting with wooden swords instead of real swords. I don't want to know the reason for that creepy aura and I don't want to accidentally kill this guy if I start trying too hard. Once we got ready he started talking again. This duel will be until one of us is incapacitated. Don't worry, I won't kill you. Even if you don't meet my requirements I'm sure you could excel in another Empire unit. If you really impress me I might train you myself. That last part seemed to shock most of the people watching. I guess I can't disappoint. The person acting as the referee was a normal-looking man. Once he said to start I charged forward. According to my backstory I never trained swordsmanship, so it was perfect since I actually wasn't acquainted with any style of swordsmanship, so I just tried to be aggressive. I started by going for a slash across his left arm, which was easily blocked. Then he went for a thrust attack toward my abdominal section which I dodged before trying to hit his right leg, which was stepped forward. After he blocked that I went for a head kick that he rolled under and went for an elbow to my face. I tried to dodge but it still went up against my cheek. I decided to start using thought acceleration to a minimal degree. I would be suspicious if I won, but I don't want to lose, so I have to find a way to tie it. While thinking that he swung his sword at me neck height, which I easily blocked while bracing the blade section of the sword with my other hand to stop my own sword from being pushed back into hitting my head. After a few minutes of our attacks gradually becoming faster and stronger I messed up and was put in a situation where I either had to drop my sword or if I were human the way my wrist was being pushed would break it. Obviously I choose option 3 and forward flipped over both swords, rotating my wrist back to a normal position and going for a kick to his neck before landing. With, though, acceleration. I could see my kick would connect, but I also noticed that his right arm wasn't on his sword anymore but was pointed at me and extending. What the hell? I can't dodge that, I am midair. Nobody told me this dude could make his arms extend like that. That's cheating. Then at the same time my kick landed on his neck, sending his head to the side and causing him to wobble a little while I was 15 feet outside the ring in a pile. My regeneration healed me, but if I was a normal human wouldn't my organs be liquefied? Well, if anyone asks I guess I will have to say my clothing is made to protect against blunt force trauma or something. After just sitting there in a pile for a little while I felt something. I rolled over to see Akame poking me with a stick. I hope this duel thing is over. I definitely lost, but that's fine I guess. Hopefully I did enough to earn the right to be trained. After about a minute I got to my feet and started walking over to my opponent. When I got over to him he was looking at me with a strange look, but that went away when I could a few feet away, replaced by a hearty laugh. Haha, what a great fight. At the beginning I thought you would be going to another Imperial unit, but after that ending I am definitely going to train you myself. Good thing you had some type of protection so you aren't too hurt. I got a little carried away when that kick was coming like that. Your training will start tomorrow, so go eat and rest. Tomorrow morning be the beginning of a great journey where you will leave to be the most efficient killer the Empire has ever seen. I just bowed and walked away towards the building with Akame following me, presumably to show me around. I have to keep this emo quiet personality for a little bit so that it seems like I am growing socially from being with these people. After getting a short tour I ate some food and went to the room Akame showed me to sleep. I thought about my future mostly and then tried to thin my consciousness to get some kind of sleep feeling. Third-person Pav, still in the training ground. Gazooki was sitting there thinking about what happened today. He lost some valuable team members that he will genuinely miss, but on the only hand is the person Akame brought. He can't help but think how Rimuru is older than the others he has trained but could have more potential than all of them. Then he goes inside while holding his neck that still hurt like hell and start preparing for the training he would be giving starting tomorrow. The end.